The sound of a book closing for the final time was heard before it was slid into the shelves, and a soft sigh escaped. The voice had gotten too loud to ignore, and something had to be done with it. She placed her finger on the book, a gentle stroke of the spine before she left the confines of the library, steps echoing along the empty halls that had known no company but her own. The quiet steps of her bare feet upon the cold floor softly echoed as the light faded the further she moved within her empty home. This place felt as empty as her desire to continue as she had. The walls stood, the materials once strong, but now it was a shell. They were flimsy and tired. So many years, and despite the upkeep, the wear showed and finally began to break. She could count every crack in the building, all at the entrances and archways, weaving its way to the edges, and no amount of new coat would fix the problem. It needed to be replaced, and it was time she let go. Step, 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 drip, drip, drip. She stands in front of a door. It is as rotted as she felt in her bones. The door slowly slid open on its own, and she stared inside at the darkness that rested in the center like a pillar of a living shadow. It shifts and undulates as both quiet and loud whispers spoke. Its voice alone had rotted the room, as it was black as night. The room warped and no longer even appeared as a room. The endless dark she had kept at bay for so long in the void. She was so tired of holding on to it. Alone with this thing in the void, in the dead zone of all space where nothing ventured, where no one believed anything existed. She was alone with this thing. This ambiguous darkness that she has imprisoned to keep from eating everything that no one was even aware of existed. She, an unknown goddess that has been keeping the undoing at bay. The endless dark that ends it all. Makes every act worthless as it all ends up consumed and gone. She had 3 choices before her. 1, keep holding on until there was nothing left of her and it would be free again and she would die. 2, let it go and die, just like everything else. Or 3, the best option. Consume it from the inside and hope for the best. She didn't have much hope of the last. She was exhausted. She had been alone for so long, holding on to it. She had no energy left. But that empty space might be where she could hold on to it, use it as a new source of diminished power. In stories, there were people, heroes, but no one saved gods. They were the villains, or blamed for things happening, stolen from, insulted, and so on and so forth. She wondered if they ever considered what the gods were dealing with that was much bigger than their problems, such as this. Preventing the end of their very existence makes their problems pale in comparison. Perhaps if they knew or believed, they would be kinder to their gods. Perhaps they would prefer the end of existence, that they wouldn't have to worry about their petty squabbles of war. Most of what they do they bring upon themselves, but blame the divine for what they themselves have caused. It was pathetic. She sighs, taking a breath as the bitterness was getting to her again, the taxing of all the love she has given leaving her. She looks at her hand, seeing the cracks in her palms. She felt as hollow as clay. It was eating her essence for so long. She was surprised she never noticed it before. There was nothing it couldn't consume. like her ability to love the beings she protected, that would never know she existed. No one was going to save her. She was the savior, and no one would know she was here. She closed her many eyes, golden tears shedding at the heartbreak of what she must do to keep them protected. The last bit of love going into her final act. She opens her eyes as her crown of hearts shift out of place, the pulsating beat dropping crimson as they moved, holding important spots before they glowed in bright lights. They explode into white chain heart-shaped links into the darkness. The limiter made out of the horizons of many black holes from many realms. She takes her last breath before she steps into the dark.